Hello everyone, and hello again. Now, this is Wild Facts, and what's that on my neck? Oh, there's a snake on my neck. Oh, this is a very special snake indeed. This is a venomous pit viper. A venomous pit viper. And pit vipers, just a sec, come from the Americas. What makes a pit viper is not just unfoldable fangs and the ability to smell with their tongue and very potent venom, but what makes a pit viper, no, not its jaw elastics, but its heat-sensing pits. Pit vipers have pits right behind their noses so they can actually help them see heat. Now, how cool is that? Now, some pit vipers have very deadly venom. So if you ever see a pit viper, or any snake really, you can't tell it's a pit viper right away, you always step away. And, get this away! There. So, let's check out some cool things about these guys. Besides their fangs can unfold, they've got some elastic jaws that don't even hinge. That means they can go really open up a meal and engulf one that's twice their size. And they have 2 lower jaw parts, making their mouths extra elastic. Their body can really slither. But there's something else that's really interesting. How a snake moves. Snakes can move like this, or they can slither. Everyone knows they slither, but sometimes they move by scooching. Or they use their belly muscles to literally just crawl. But one that's really extra awesome. A sidewinding rattlesnake. Everyone's heard of a rattlesnake, right? But this is a special kind of rattlesnake called the sidewinder. You'll see why you call it that. Because it sidewinds. A sidewinder, what it does is it basically hops, but it doesn't. What it does is that it winds up basically and then goes to the side like this. That way, it can get across the hot desert sands and where it lives without getting burned on the ground for too long. That's why they don't slither or scooch or do any of that. They don't do the rectiliar method, or they do the sidewinding method. Not the serpentine method, the sidewinding method. And that's a cool fact. But also, let me tell you the difference between neurotoxic venoms and cryptotoxic venoms. Neurotoxic venoms mainly inflict, they block your nerve messages, which stops all your muscles from doing anything. That was why it paralyzes you. And once it stops your heart from beating, that's why neurotoxic venoms are so deadly. Cryptotoxic venoms focus on destroying tissue. No, not the tissue you blow your nose with, the tissue inside your body. And that is cool. Snakes can smell with their tongue because every time they pull their tongue into their mouth, their tongue rubs into some sort of another kind of pit called the that connects to something called the Jacobson's organ that takes the message to the brain. Now that's cool. Snakes also rely on camouflage for defense besides their venom. Snakes such as the gaboon viper can be almost invisible in their natural habitat. Gaboon vipers also have the longest fangs of any snake. Reach so long that they're actually, 3 centimeters long. That's huge teeth. And they inject some venom. But the venom of pit vipers is something very special too, because it can also be created into antidotes or medicine. That's why people try and extract blueprint from gaboon viper's tail to help make medicine. And another thing is that most pit vipers are extremely endangered. If you ever heard of endangered, then you probably know what I mean. If you haven't, then you can research it. So if you ever see a pit viper, never ever mess with it. First of all, it could hurt you. And second of all, it might be an endangered species. If you see one, then you should always call an expert or just leave it there and wait for someone else to. So that is pit vipers. Ah! Get it away!